What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we wanted to give you 7 exercises we love to improve rotational power, rotational force production. So obviously rotation is extremely important for sports, for athleticism in general. So these are some that we love to use, some plyometrics, some more velocity, some more force output stuff. So hopefully you enjoy. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you enjoy. For the first exercise, I'm going to overlay clips of Micah, one of our college baseball players, doing this, but we're going a rotational hip drive with the tidal tank. You don't have to use a tidal tank if you don't have one or if you don't want to, but essentially we're working on this back hip being able to rotate through, right? So a lot of our rotational force abilities comes through that back hip, being strong here, being able to open and then to twist through the hip. The core is going to help support, get that glute engaged. So like I said, I'll overlay clips, but we're keeping this here. We're working just that back leg, boom, being able to twist as hard as we can through the hip. You'll see in Micah's clip, we put a band on there. I really like using the band to help pull the hip just to work on that extra little bit of rotation, kind of like an overspeed, really get it going. So this is fantastic to kind of work a little bit of that force production in a heavier setting. Number 2, we are going a landmine pull push. So once again, I'm gonna put clips of Micah. You're gonna see a lot of Micah during this video. So I love this exercise because we can do it a couple ways. So as you see Micah doing it, he starts from the floor, rips it up, drives. Once again, it's all in that back hip. Being able to produce force, to get it to rotate, that's what's driving the body, right? Or we can start from kind of this hang position where I'm here, I load it here, and then I go. So a little bit different, right? Remember, it's important how we train. Angles matter, right? If I'm starting out of this position where I'm deep and I'm low and I have to produce force that way, it's very different from a hang position, especially a hang position with a load. So make sure you're training what's applicable to you. The other thing here is this kind of falls in that category of, like I said earlier, we have our force output training, trying to just produce a lot of force, increase that ability. And we have our velocity training where it's not light enough to be pure, I'll say pure velocity, like sprints, throws, jumps, those types of things. So you kind of want to put it in, see what you're trying to work for the day, right? Do you want it to be a little bit heavier, understanding that it's going to be slower? So you're working more of the force output, or do you want to go on the lighter side, still trying to work on velocity, right? But understanding it's not going to be the velocity level of your jumps, sprints, and throws that's able to really push your velocity on that level. So when it's for me, I kind of like working somewhere between 0.8 to 0.9 meters per second. If you have a VBT, we like to use that a lot with our baseball guys, the VBT in here. So just find that happy medium, right? Sometimes that power output is the product of improving your force and improving your velocity, but it is still important to train these types of exercises. Just find your goal for the day. Number 3, we are going a jump exercise. So this is going to fall into the category of more velocity training, right? Working at rapid speeds, no external load. So we're gonna do a single leg 90-degree jump. So I'm gonna start on my leg right here. I'm gonna jump as hard as I can, twisting this way. Once again, rotation through this back. I'm opening my hips, I'm driving, I'm firing my glute med, my hip, right? So I'm here, I load, boom, I jump, I twist, stick it with 2, right? Right now, we're just working on the ability to produce concentric force. So out of this position, I don't really care if you're landing on one leg, right? I want you jumping so far, land on 2, keep it stable, right? Out of here, just drive, boom, as hard as you can. Get that rotational force, that torque to help get you going. Another thing we can do is we can take a load into it, right? So as we progress and as we get better, we can start on one leg, I can push here, and then I can pop out. So I get even more of a load, which allows for more utilization of stored energy. So ideally, with that situation, I can jump farther out because I'm utilizing more energy. Yes, here I'm loading it as well, but the more force I take into the jump, if I can utilize the more force, then I'm gonna have more force when I come out, right? So we're gonna be here, we're gonna load, and then we're gonna launch. So as you can see, that ground contact was a little bit slower. When you're first starting with these, you can have that slow ground contact here, load, get really good. As you get stronger and better at this, as you progress, you want your ground contact to be shorter because that means you're using that energy, right? As long as your jump's still the same. So boom, pop and go, something like that. I love these 4-hour velocity day. Number 4, we are going a sit to a shot put. Once again, I will do this either on our upper body strength days or on our velocity day. This is a 4-pound med ball. Obviously there's a time and a place to go like a 6, but when we're working velocity, you want something that's not so heavy to where it slows you down because the goal is velocity. So as we increase load, we're gonna decrease velocity. And I want this to be really, really rapid. So we're gonna start on one leg. We're gonna slowly lower. From here, I'm gonna drive, rotate through my back hip, shot put into the wall. Okay, so I'm here, load as hard as you possibly can. As we progress, we can go, faster, we can get rid of the box and we can just load it. We can obviously jump into it and then go kind of how we were talking with the jumps earlier. For a concentric focus, we can just start here, no load, and then go. I think it's important to train that eccentric. As we know, that's where we get a lot of our gains. But, here, and just shot put it into the wall as hard as you can. Next up, we are going a side twist. Okay, we're using our glute ham developer. You can also use a back hyperextension. That works really well. We're getting set up. Oh, sheesh, I almost fell. We're getting set up right here. Okay, pushing out. From here, I'm gonna take this plate, I'm gonna twist, and then I'm gonna pop up. Right here, twist, pop up. Okay, I can even extend this if I want to. I can take a med ball. Ooh, I'm hooked. I love this exercise because it really works on the obliques, twisting, rotational control through that. As we're producing rotational forces, let's say playing baseball, for example, right? As I'm here and I open, a lot of oblique is involved, right? Stretching, lengthening, being able to transfer energy from arms, legs, lower body, upper body, right? So we have to be strong through that lengthened state and be able to handle those forces as we contract. So I love this for trunk control, trunk stability, trunk strength, as we are working on rotational forces, right? A lot of it's in the hip and the glute. Everything is connected. This is an awesome exercise. Number 6, we are with the cables. We are going a rotational, not really chop, not really lift, somewhere in the middle ground, right? We're taking, I will use a rope. If you have a straight bar, use a straight bar. Right here, once again, through that back hip, I'm working, I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna press this out, right? As fast as I can. Boom, press it, reset, press it, reset. You can also do a cable pull push where you're kind of set up here. If I had another cable on this side where I would push this side, press this side, something like that. Those are really awesome. It's important to start working our trunk, right? As I mentioned with the side twists, even back here, right? Our lats extend down, our trunk goes all the way around, our bottom, our lower back muscles, right? Those are really important to be able to handle rotational forces because they're all supportive, they're all aiding in that force production. So these are a great way to get the full body going with rotation. So incorporate these two. Number 7, we are going an explosive step with the med ball. So we have a couple options we can do here. Number 1, we're gonna start on our back leg. Okay, we're gonna load it, drive this med ball into the wall as hard as we can. I'm gonna load, boom, as hard as I can, really generating that force through my hip, getting that fired up. Another one we can do is we can start here. We can load, explode, lift at the top, Stability at the top is very important, right? Being strong, that's gonna help translate all the way to like your follow through, making sure you're strong during that, being stable during that. And then we can also be on our front leg. From here, this leg's driving through, right? I like to turn my foot a little bit. From here, I power, drive, have to be really stable at the top there. So lots of different options that we can do. Just work on building rotational force, also train velocity. Those two together will partner up nicely and help improve that rapid force production. So hopefully this helps. If it does, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.